So it's Friday the 23rd of August. It is now coming up 4:45. I'm Dave Geddes and I've been assessing Josh. Josh, just introduce yourself there, buddy.
Yeah, my name is Josh Wire and I am a general trainer instructor.
Fantastic.
Devices.
Thank you, Josh. Prior to me videoing, I just asked Josh again if he was happy being videoed again, and you said that you were, but are you happy to be videoed, Josh?
Yes.
Yeah. I've also reminded Josh over the EPR 40, which is our assessment appeals procedure. What we've done with these videos and all the associated paperwork in line with GDPR and information governance requirements, and also about the NFCC's Code of Ethics and also the various equalities regulations that have been working to. So that's covered off all of those areas there. The purpose of this meeting is to provide you, Josh, with feedback on assessment plan JW-1 and assessment plan JW-2. If I start off quickly just to remind you of where they were, and these were the two plans that we agreed on the 19th of August. An assessment plan JW-1 covered Unit 301 Task A, which was understanding the role and responsibilities in education and training, and that had 4 criterion behind it, which was explain the teaching role and responsibilities in education, explain how the teaching role involves working with other professionals, that was more about internal people, like our own internal departments, explain the boundaries between teaching role and other professional roles, that's people like citizens advice or external counsellors or financial advisors and stuff like that. And then the last part of it was about summarising the key aspects of legislation, regulatory requirements relevant to the role of a teacher. So that was the first part we did on there. Do you remember that?
Yep.
Yep. How did you find that first part there?
Yeah, good. I think we I covered some of this in what I was hoping to achieve. It was when we looked at this plan, and it's I've done the internal trainer assessor course, and I've done various instructor courses, which kind of covers off how to teach, what we teach here, etc. In certain subjects, but this was I was able to sort of look into the sort of legislation and the policies that or requirements really that sit behind all of that we do here as teachers. So sort of like I said, the legislation that sits behind teaching and assessment, and the learning cycle, teaching cycle, training cycle.
So to summarise that, what was your key takeaways from it?
Just being able to have some knowledge about what sits behind the teaching qualification, the actual practice of teaching, training and assessing.
Okay. Areas for further development? Did you identify any of those?
Yeah, read up more of it.
Yeah.
Just understand more, have more understanding of it.
And what do you think the benefits of that would be for you as an individual?
I think certainly I think it will help me, especially when we have neurodiverse learners. I think it will give me some good ways to engage with them and make sure that I'm doing the best for them.
Yeah.
And certainly probably point me in the right direction of where to look for information.
Yeah. No, absolutely. So the assignment or that assessment area there and what we were looking to achieve, we talked it through and we agreed the assessment method would be the assignment, and you provided me with a copy of your assignment to meet those criteria in there. I've had a chance to read it as well. It's an interesting read.
Good.
No, I've had a chance to read it, and I'm pleased to say that evaluating that assignment against the criteria of Units 301 Task A and the areas of A, B, C and D, you provided enough evidence to meet all of those. So I'm really pleased to say congratulations on JW-1. You've met the requirements of the assessment that we set for you on there.
Cool.
There is some feedback on there as well. So with regards to the plan itself and regards to the let me just get it up here. So the next steps for yourself is, and I think you've pretty much touched on it as well, you're an experienced, competent instructor and you know what you're doing. But it's the learning environment, as I've just put on here, is it's continually changing. So our requirements for what we teach and how we train, the students we're getting coming through are continually changing, and the legislative requirements that sit behind them are continually changing. So I'm glad that you've identified it yourself, really, as about learning and what you want to do, taking it forward as well. So you've met all the requirements for passing, and you're really, really good what you've shown on there, and how you demonstrated it, and what I've read through as well, the evidence that you provided as well was really, really, really comprehensive and detailed. For yourself, the next steps is about maintaining that as well. So it's that continuous learning, continuously identifying, continually drawing stuff out, gaining experience, gaining exposure, taking additional bits on all the time in there. Because our role here is going to be changing, and it is changing continuously. And the students we're getting coming through changing continuously. And we need to be providing the best we can for them the whole time.
Agreed. Yeah.
But what you demonstrated on there shows a really good sound underpinning knowledge for it all.
Good stuff.
Okay. Have you got anything around there that you want to?
No, nothing at all. No, happy with that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So that would be Assessment Plan JW-1, Assessment Plan JW-2. And that was Unit 302, Task C, and that was providing constructive feedback to learners to meet their individual needs. This may include positive and supportive feedback, identifying areas for development, praising success and learner involvement. And we did that via a skills test, and also with some oral Q&A just to pick it up as well. How do you feel that went?
Yeah, okay, to be fair. I
Yeah.
think it's a bit different being assessed doing it.
Yeah.
But no, it's fine. It's kind of one of those. I think I found it quite a new thing and quite difficult to, or quite daunting, I should say. It's probably the right term. When I first started doing it, but I think it's one of those things you learn ways to talk to people, don't you? You learn. You can learn, pick up, people's behaviours, and you can adapt your approach to make sure that you kind of have a successful feedback session, if you like, that what you give is received well.
Absolutely, and
I felt I knew the way to approach it with Alex.
Yeah, absolutely, and from observing it as well, it's a bit weird, isn't it, when you've got me stood in the corner of the room videoing you whilst you're providing Alex with feedback. But does that give you a bit of an insight into what it may be like from sitting on their side of the table being
Yes, exactly, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
or a reminder about when it's what it's like to be assessed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is always a good thing, isn't it?
It keeps you grounded on the floor,
Exactly.
doesn't it? Keeps you sort of reminded of what it's like for the learner.
Yeah, and I think it makes us more empathetic. I think we have that kind of ethos here anyway.
Yeah.
Makes you be empathetic to when people come here, so we do our most to make them relaxed and get the best out of them.
Absolutely, and I feel that within your feedback session, what do you think was your highlight positives you took away from there?
Being able to tell, or not being able to, but telling Alex how I think he's got a future in leadership. So being able to say, actually, you're really good at this job. You sort of take it all in stride, and you're able to be quite natural at it. So I think you can, take that and move forward, and hopefully that's provided him with some sort of key takeaways that will make him feel quite good about himself over following the course.
Yeah. Could you see any change in his demeanour, the way he was holding himself when you said that to him?
Yeah, he set up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah.
Which he obviously likes to receive feedback.
Yeah.
Positive feedback.
Yeah. And you gauged it right with him as well. From my observation, you gauged it right. You identified it was there. You let him lead on the session as well. You sort of said to it there, he was like, yeah, I know, I did this, and this, and all you did was just sort of say, yeah, absolutely, you're right. However, there was also these positives as well. You're quite right, there's some development areas in there, but actually, finish it off on a positive, you've got a bright future in front of you if you keep applying the way you're doing it. And you could see the way he was kind of like, actually, I'm really pleased to be doing that, and took it away. So he'll go back to station and go, it was great there, absolutely had a great time on station, or at training centre. And now I want to take opportunities and drive myself forward and you'll probably see him in a couple of years' time doing the
No, I've got no doubt. Instant command.
doing all those kinds of bits as
Yeah.
well. So but you've just set him on his way for doing that as well. So well done.
Thank you.
Comfortable doing that though?
Yeah,
We
like I said, a bit daunting, like being assessed doing it, but yeah, I'm comfortable. I don't find it daunting in my day-to-day job at all anymore. Whereas when I first started, it was quite, like as I just mentioned, it was quite a daunting thing.
Yeah.
But even when it's negative, I know how to handle it. I know what I need to do, what I need to say.
Yeah. Because what I was going to go to next is we were quite lucky we had Alex today. But what about if someone who was a bit of a challenge? I know we covered it off in the Q&A session. But it's just, I suppose it's just having that bit there, isn't it, really?
Yeah, I think I'm quite good at judging character. So when you see someone throughout the course, or you know somebody, having worked with them, I can generally think they might be a tricky character. And so I'll often make sure that I'm not giving that feedback alone.
Yeah.
So I sort of counteract. I'm trying, quite good at gauging that, how I think it might go.
Yeah. That's probably a key point, isn't it? Really, is about if you're there. It goes back to the safeguarding for yourself, but also for the learner, and also if there's any potential bits in there as well. So you've identified that as well. Again, it goes back to the experience you've got in doing this role now.
I think one of my strengths as a person, that sounds quite an arrogant thing to say, but the other instructors say that they all comment that my biggest quality is as a communicator. I can communicate well, even when it's bad news. Yeah, I can sort of deliver that in quite a good format. So.
I would agree with that. So I'm pleased to say that I know we're in Unit 302 Task C, there was two parts, A and B. A being the delivery of the micro-teach session, which has been assessed elsewhere, so we've not looked at that. Task B was about the feedback, and it was about you demonstrating doing that in a skills test in a practical environment, which you've done today. And I'm pleased to say that again you've demonstrated a really good skill level there and met the criterion that we needed in there, both through what you did, but also through the Q&A underpinning knowledge questions that I was asking you as well when we finished it off there. So again, I'm more than happy to say congratulations and well done.
Good, thank you.
As regards to any next steps, further development, all I would really sort of say on there for yourself is pretty much the same as we did for the other unit, Unit 301 Task A. That whole teaching thing there is about the students we're coming through. We've had the recent cultural review, we've had the changes that are going through the organisation, and there's going to be probably more focus on the level of feedback we give to learners and their expectations from us. So you're in a really good position at the moment there, really good standard being set. It's about maintaining that, but taking every opportunity to develop and continue developing that as you go forward as well. But more importantly, you've just sort of explained there yourself the talents and skills that you've got with the instructor CPD days when all the instructors sit down and they do their sessions and stuff like that. It's about taking them, meeting them and saying, actually, this is how I've been providing feedback, this is how it's worked, this is how I do it via standard courses, the technical assessments and all the other bits that you do, the instant command assessors and all those sorts of stuff. This is how we've been doing it, and this is how I've adapted and changed it and adjusted it based off the back of code of ethics, cultural review, student expectation or learner expectations and all those kinds of bits there. And actually providing them with a bit of instruction and feedback as well. Happy to do that?
Yeah.
I think you should be doing that.
Yeah,
I know that leads into future aspirations as well, of where you want to go in the organisation in maybe a few years' time and stuff like that as well. So it's a really good place to set yourself up for that.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay, happy with that?
Yep.
Congratulations, though. Really good.
Thanks.
Really good demonstration. I would have expected nothing less, to be fair. I would have expected nothing less.
That's fine.
No, from both parts of those assessment plans. Have you got anything to add to there?
No.
No.
Nothing at all.
Both plans.
No, happy with what we discussed.
Happy with the outcomes.
Absolutely.
No. And thank you very much for agreeing to be assessed as we went through this. I appreciate it. It fits in with the workloads and stuff like that.
No stress.
But hopefully it's gone on.
Yeah, it's been beneficial. So.
Yeah, no worries at all. Right, in that case then, what I will do is I will turn the video off now. Before I do though, we've got all the relevant bits as well, so you've got your student documentation feedback as well with regards to the feedback to Alex as well, so I've got a copy of that. These videos, and I'll reiterate by saying that once I've submitted these for my assessment, they'll all get deleted and removed as well.
No worries.
Okay?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Right, thank you very much, Josh, much appreciated.